Alright, today we have a Okamoto. This is a 3-axis automatic surface grinder. The size of the machine is a 16 by 24. We have an over-the-wheel dresser, and it's currently wired for 440 volts, 460 volts. So a couple of things I could show you about it. Right now we have the hydraulics on, the spindle on. I'm going to shut them off. Start the hydraulic pump, which is mounted inside the base of the machine. I'm going to start the spindle. Over the wheel we have a dresser. There's a lever over here that you actuate, make it come out. And when you go back in, it automatically advances so that when you make your next dress, it comes back in and it advances the diamond. And you can adjust on the top here with these adjusting knobs, nuts, how much it feeds down each time. You can also adjust with this knob in the center the speed in which it comes in and out. So that's the over-the-wheel dresser. This machine will take a 14-inch grinding wheel. Goes on the spindle there. We have a grinding wheel hub for it. Magnet is a fine pole, fine division magnet. And everything can be worked by hand if you want it with this machine. Everything is on a safety lock, so if you want to use your cross slide, you have to have that lever out. Okay, so the next thing is we start our table going here. This lever here controls the speed of the table. You have also some buttons here. You can select your hand feed going up and down with the vertical, with the wheel. In our finest setting, one click of the pulse generator is 10 millionths. So this is very fine when you're on your finest setting here. Then you have another setting where one click is 1/10, and then the final size is each click will be 1/1000. Oh, went the wrong way. Each click will be, what is that? 5/10. So you got 1/10, 5/10, and 10 millionths. Then you also have a rapid. You put it in a rapid, and you can move the wheel down rapidly. Anytime you want to stop the table, there's a button up here to park. There's a lever up here to start it again. When you want to use your cross feed, you select your surface grinding mode, and that, as long as you have this wheel pulled out and this on the step setting, it'll make these little steps that you see it doing. Little steps are controlled by this knob down here. The more you increase this, the bigger the steps get. The more you decrease it, the smaller the steps get. You can shut that off by going to the center position, or even go into a continuous. We're not stepping any longer, we're just moving the saddle in and out continuously. And some people do grind like that. That's why they have that option. But we're going to go back to the step. Okay, so when we shut the saddle mode off here, or the surface grind, go back into the machine has two different modes of grinding. It has surface grinding, where we're going to go across the magnet or across the workpiece. And it also has what they call slot grinding or plunge grinding, where the table is just going back and forth and the wheel is feeding down to make a groove or a slot. And that's called plunge grinding or slot grinding. You got a knob here for your manual or your edit and your automatic feed. So you also have up here on your display, when you're in this edit mode, you can zero this. So now an operator would use the rapid up and down. He would use the joystick, the manual pulse generator. He would touch off his workpiece, he would measure it, and then in the edit mode you would put in, let's say you had 20 thousandths left on your part that you needed to take off. So that's decimal point 02, that's 20 thousandths. Once I go from the edit mode to my automatic mode, we're going to start to take off 1 thousandths on each pass. Until it gets down to 0. Okay, so that's reached 0 now. That cycle is over. You need to take your parts out, put new parts on, go back into your edit mode, go back here again and tell it your next batch of parts you want to take 20 thousandths. Or you can, whatever the actual number is that you need to remove, you dial that in there, and then once you go here, provided everything is all set up, and we start this again, we're going to feed down. Now it works the same way in surface grinding. I'm going to stop this, reset this. I'm going to put a smaller value in it because it takes longer to do this on a video. I'll put 3 thousandths. Now I got to switch my mode from plunge grinding to surface grinding. Now my saddle is moving in and out, and once I go to the automatic mode, each saddle reversal will let this come down 1 thousandths. Alright, so now we've only got 2 thousandths left on our part. Now only 1 thousandths left. You can see this, right? Okay. And it's going to go to 0, and then depending on how you have this spark out set, it goes from 0 to 5. It's going to make empty passes back and forth. Right now this is on 2, so it's going to go back and forth 2 times, there and back, before the table parks. This is your magnet on and off here. You got the little green light. You got a potentiometer so you can vary the magnetism. That's the end of the cycle. Now the machine also has a fine feed. For the video I just fed down at 1 increment, but you do have the option of selecting a second in feed so that the coarse feed will get to a certain point in your program, and you set that with this knob here, your changeover point, and then you have your fine feed and your coarse feed. So that's pretty much it. You have a jog button that you can jog it down each time, and that's it. These are great machines. This is the Okamoto. This is a 16 by 24 size chuck, and that's it. Thank you very much.